Let me start by going back to the beginning, specifically that fantastic scene that opens the picture. The sinister mystery man who steals the map is played by a Russian immigrant, Mark Kra, making his movie debut. I have no idea how director Ted Tetzlaff came to cast him, but the guy is absolutely perfect. As is the victim, an Austrian actor named Fred Essler, who began his Hollywood career mostly playing Nazis. Now, some reviewers incorrectly identified one of the co-stars in this scene as a horned frog, when in fact it is an iguana. I had to look this up as I am not a herpetologist, and I was impressed to discover that iguanas are in fact native to Peru, where that scene is supposed to be taking place. So kudos to Ted Tetzlaff for his commitment to veracity, casting an authentic Amazonian iguana in that small but crucial role. And kudos to another of the film's non-human cast members, Napoleon, arguably the laziest but most savvy guard dog in movie history. Anne Jeffries, who played singer Maxine Manning, already had made plenty of B pictures for RKO, and she was familiar to the public as Tess Trueheart, girlfriend of Dick Tracy, in the studio's popular 1940s series of movies inspired by Chester Gould's famous comic strip. Jeffries, who wanted to be an opera singer, never made it to the top tier of Hollywood stars, but she had a lengthy career, one that even outlasted her marriage to actor Robert Sterling, a rock-solid union that lasted 55 years. The couple was most famous for their 1950s sitcom Topper, based on the 1937 film starring Cary Grant and Constance Bennett. Walter Slezak, of course, is his reliably entertaining self in Riff Raff. He was one of those rare character actors who effortlessly veered between sinister villainy and slapstick silliness. His career started in his hometown of Vienna, when director Michael Curtiz cast him in one of his silent films. Slezak was at first leading man material, but as his Epicurean tastes expanded, so did his waistline, nudging him into heavier character parts. One of his daughters, Erica, later eclipsed her father's fame when she spent 42 years portraying matriarch Vicki Lord in the popular soap opera One Life to Live. Now, until I watched this film again recently, I was completely convinced that the character of Pop was played by Hoagy Carmichael. Now, if this had been a vehicle for Humphrey Bogart, there's a good chance Hoagy would have played his driver. But this would be one of the last times Percy Kilbride played anything other than a drawling rube from the sticks. In The Egg and I, made at Universal the same year as Riff Raff, Kilbride and co-star Marjorie Main had supporting roles as Ma and Pa Kettle, and the characters proved so popular, Universal produced an entire series of pictures featuring the hillbilly couple, which were among the most popular pictures made at the studio during that time. Kilbride complained that the character of Pa Kettle killed any chance he had for other roles, but he said that Universal offered him so much money he couldn't say no. Now, this typecasting, as well as the public's belief that he actually was Pa Kettle, led Kilbride to retire in 1955, having played Pa in 7 of the last 10 movies he made. A lifelong bachelor who said his only hobbies were reading and walking, Kilbride and his longtime companion, Ralph Belmont, were struck by a car while out on a stroll in 1964. Belmont was killed instantly, and Kilbride died several months later from brain injuries sustained in the accident. Well, make sure you're back here next week. I'm presenting the Noir Alley premiere of one of the essential films noir, Mark Hellinger's 1946 masterpiece, The Killers, which features the big screen debut of an actor who'd become a fixture in film noir of this era, William Conrad. Lots to say about that one, so make sure you're here early to get a seat at the bar. Till then, see you in the shadows.